talk about my buddy Kevin's killer Pachanga, let's go back. In fact, let's go all the way back. In 1959, a Detroit man named Cornelius Nathaniel Ray III, who went by Connie, purchased a small business operating out of a garage producing fiberglass golf cart bodies, coffins, and small boats. Having no interest in golf carts or coffins, he quickly dropped those and focused on building one of the largest pleasure boat companies the world has ever seen. He called his line of boats Sea Ray, a name some say was derived from his surname, Sea Ray, and being raised in Detroit, he knew part of what made the automotive companies so successful was the importance of styling and marketing. To help out with this, Ray contacted GM styling legend Harley Earl to introduce automotive quality seating, upholstery, steering wheels, gauges, and modern, clean hull and deck designs to his lineup. By 1968, Sea Ray had grown to an impressive 9 models ranging from 16 feet to 25 feet, powered by either small outboards or 140 horsepower inline-6 Mercruiser stern drives. Behind the scenes though, Connie had a pet project, a sleek, low-production boat with an emphasis on speed. In 1969, Sea Ray launched their first high-performance boat, the 18-foot SRX Pachanga. With sleek lines, an aggressive deep V, twin air intakes, a racing stripe, and dual through-hull exhaust, the Pachanga looked exciting because it was. This was the first V8 powered Sea Ray ever produced. This gave it a top end of over 50 miles an hour. The original Pachanga was only produced for 3 years, and at the end of the run in 1971, only about 500 of them were ever produced. 14 years later, Sea Ray Boats launched the Pachanga II, a sub-brand of exciting, performance-oriented boats meant to compete with the likes of Formula, Donzi, Wellcraft, and Scarab. Coming in at 4 different hull lengths, 19, 22, 27, and a 32, the Pachanga II lineup offered a variety of high-performance boats to fit a variety of budgets, with the 22 being most popular. This idea of creating a high-performance brand within an existing mainstream boat company isn't exactly new. Glastron did this in the 70s with the Carlson lineup, which, not to get too off topic, produced some of the best-looking boats ever created. Check out the ass on this CVX-20. Anyway, from what I could find out online, the entire Pachanga factory was completely separate from the rest of Sea Ray's facilities, and the boats were finished to a higher standard in terms of quality, craftsmanship, and interior materials than more pedestrian Sea Rays. The production run of Pachanga IIs came to a close in 1993, marking an end of the second time Sea Ray flirted with the idea of focusing on performance instead of luxury. They actually did it one more time, with the worst possible timing imaginable. For Sea Ray's 50th anniversary, they launched the updated 22-foot Pachanga in 2009. Yep, the same 2009 that started the largest depression in the US history since the 1930s. Regardless of timing, the 3rd-gen Pachanga was pretty cool and came stock with a 425 horsepower Mercruiser V8 and an MSRP of $63,000. Today, all Pachangas have developed a cult-like following and command a premium compared to most other Sea Rays of the same time period, because good looks and high performance never go out of style. My question is, what happened? Not only to Pachangas, but the go-fast market in general. The automotive segment still has affordable muscle cars in the $25,000 area. Chevy has the Camaro, Chrysler has the Challenger, and Ford still has the Mustang. Why aren't there high-performance boats attainable to a normal person anymore? This is a question with really complex answers that I'd like to tackle in a future video, but for now I'd like to leave you with this. If the marine industry doesn't offer affordable performance hulls and engines anymore, what's going to happen to the future of high-performance boating? As the industry shifts to bigger, more expensive, multi-engine boats that are out of reach for 99.9% of the population, you're not really going to be cultivating the next generation of customers. Case in point, my buddy Kevin here had never owned a boat before, and sent me an ad for this 19-foot Pachanga a few years ago. I urged him to go check it out, and because it looked exciting, he wound up pulling the trigger, and now he's a boater for life. Producing exciting boats is how you make boats desirable to younger generations of boaters. And right now there's nothing on the market in this category anymore, which doesn't make any sense to me. Now let's check out some footage from the EAA Airshow from Lake Winnebago before we get to some closing thoughts. details on this boat that are just really cool and unique. Even just the aluminum trim on the bulkheads here, which don't really seem to be like on newer boats. Look at even the dash here with the anodized bright red trim rings on all the gauges. You just can't get a boat like this unless you spend tons and tons of money. Like if I wanted to buy a Sea Ray today, I don't know what I would even get because I don't really find any of their models interesting. But this thing is actually cool. This is a great boat. Oh yeah, check this out. The exhaust on this thing is badass. Instead of going through the prop like 95% of Mercruisers, it actually comes out the hull. So that means it sounds badass and it doesn't sound like completely quiet. It sounds cool. And everyone thinks this thing has a V8. It doesn't. It has a 4.3 liter V6, which is the same engine I have in the Astro. I don't really like that engine, but you can drop a V8 into this thing with minimal effort. Pretty much everything drops right in. You just need the wiring harness and the engine and you're good to go. All right, what do you guys think? Should Sea Ray bring back the Pachanga? That's the question, yes or no? I think the answer is obviously a yes. Let me know in the comments. Have a good one, dudes.